Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Here we are making a video presentation to fulfill the middle test for sociolinguistic courses. Okay, introduction our group members. I am Adriana Rada Boku, identity number 22113007 PM. And my friend Monica Nursabilillah, identity number 2211313016 PM. Okay, we are going to discussion about language and communities. Definition: language. Language is both a system of communication between individuals and a social phenomenon. The area of language and society, sociolinguistics, is intended to show how our use of language is governed by such factors as class, gender, race, etc. Variation and language. Language variation. Number 1. In given language varies from region to region, from situation to situation, and from person to person. Number 2. There is essentially an unlimited number of factors which create this situation: location of birth, residence, education, social milieu, and age. Okay, next, language vary. Number 1, place. A dialogue is a variety of language which while different from other dialect on language is still totally understandable by other people who speak other dialect of the same language. Dialect of a language may vary in the terms of action, the word people use, the way people structure their speech. Okay, number 2, social. Language develops from one place to another, from groups of people who have the same characteristic, interacts with each other, and have a sense of togetherness. Number 3, language varies not just according to who we are, the relationship between language varieties, groups, affiliation, but also according to the situation in which we find ourselves.
Next, we talk about community. What is community? Community or speech community is a term in sociolinguistic and linguistic anthropology used to describe a group of people who share the same language, speech characteristics, and ways of interpreting communication. A language community is a group of people who use similar norms and terms for communication. Although some minor variations may exist within a community, they are usually not major. Speech and identity. The concept of speech as a means of identifying with a community first emerged in 1916 academia alongside other new fields of research like ethnic and gender studies. Next, types of community. Language community can be large or small, although linguists disagree on their definition. Muriel Saville Troik agree that it is reasonable to assume that a shared language such as English, which is spoken around the world, is a community of a language. Study and research. The concept of speech community plays a role in a number of social sciences, namely sociology, anthropology, linguistics, even psychology. People who study issues of migration and ethnic identity use a social community theory to study things like how immigrants assimilate into large societies, for instance. The last slide we have the language phenomenon of language and community. There are several factors that must be considered, namely the person speaking, the person to whom this person is speaking, the situation of conversation, whether formal or non-formal, casual, and the last is the issue being discussed topic.